Hey guys, have you ever wondered why some people are always successful? What are their secrets that make their lives so different? In this video, we're going to uncover the science behind the habits of successful people. Habit 1. Precise daily planning. You might say, planning? I just want to take it easy. But know this, a successful person is like a skilled pilot who never takes off without a flight plan. Planning is like the GPS of your life. It keeps you from getting lost. One study shows that people who plan their day work 30% more efficiently. That means they focus their energy on what truly matters. Planning also helps reduce mental clutter and decision fatigue, so you have more brain power for important tasks.
You need a pathway. You need to have a map, and you need to know where you're located on the map, and you need to know how you're moving forward. And that gives you hope because you're moving towards goals that you regard as worthwhile. And it stops you from being anxious because you're not entirely directionless and lost. And so learning how to manage your time is useful. And you can start with a calendar. You can start with simple things like you can put in when you're likely to go to bed and when you're likely to get up. And regulating that's useful. That should be relatively ritualistically consistent.
Don't make a plan that is what you should do. Make a plan that outlines a future so that you can sit back and say, look, if I had that future, then all the horrible things that are going to happen to me are going to be worthwhile. That's what you want. So you want to think this game is worth playing despite its tragedy. That's what you've got in life. Enough meaning to serve as an antidote to tragedy. And then you generate a strategy. The other thing you should do if you're not very industrious is discipline yourself.
I can tell you a little bit about how to use schedules effectively. So the first thing I would do is to set up your long-term vision. You have some vision of the good towards which you're working, and some vision perhaps of the hell that you're avoiding. And then I would say, once you set up that vision so that you know how to orient yourself, then you should start designing your days. And you can do that very effectively with a calendar like Google Calendar. And you should use a schedule to do is to design the day that you would most like to have. And obviously that's going to include accepting some responsibility and undertaking to make progress on those things that you have to make progress on to keep your life from collapsing into chaos. But it should also mean that you schedule in activities that make you actually want to have that day.
Habit 2. Getting enough quality sleep. Getting enough sleep doesn't just make you feel rested, it significantly boosts your memory and creativity. 7 to 8 hours of good sleep can make your brain work like a high-speed computer, not like an old laptop that keeps freezing. Successful people usually get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and that's a big secret behind their success. So remember, sleep is a miracle.
How long you sleep might be linked to your DNA. Experts recommend that most adults should get 7 to 8 hours of Z's a night, but kids, teenagers, and young adults need more sleep than older people. Whether you're a night owl like Albert Einstein, or an early bird like Frank Lloyd Wright, sleep deprivation can negatively impact your health in both the long and short term.
But what's really important to note is that the sleep period, right? So there's the sleep duration, which is how long you slept. And then there's the sleep period, which is the time that you were actually sleeping, the period of time that you were sleeping. That was really average. That was about 7 to 8.5 hours per night, which is what I recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what's happening to your sleep in that period is difficult to say. There's a lot of things that are going to influence it. Sometimes you'll sleep more and sometimes you'll sleep less, but you want to give your body adequate time for what I call complete sleep.
Habit 3. Regular exercise. Exercise isn't just good for your body. Studies show it boosts focus, reduces stress, and increases mental energy. Even a simple 20-minute daily walk can make a big difference. The truth is, exercise is like rocket fuel for your brain. It sharpens your focus and helps you release a lot of stress.
I was looking at the literature on cognitive remediation. This is back in the times about 10, 15 years ago when there were a lot of online sites that purported to run you through cognitive exercises that could increase or maintain your IQ. Pretty funny that if you want to improve your cognitive function or maintain it, you should exercise rather than think. The best thing you can do to maintain cognitive ability isn't to do exercises like lumosity. It's not brain exercises that keep you sharp, it's exercise. So if you're 50, both cardiovascular and weightlifting, if you're 50, you can restore your cognitive function to the level of a 30-year-old through exercise.
Your mental function through physical activity.
Yeah, well, your brain is a very demanding organ. And if your cardiovascular system is compromised, then you get stupid.
And so, yeah, it's really...
So the less you move and the bigger you get, the more stupid you become.
Yeah, well,
Smaller
because
your brain gets.
you compromise its function. Because the brain is, it's the organ that uses more. It's very metabolically demanding. And so if you're not in good physical shape, then one of the things that suffers most greatly is your cognitive function. And so that's quite an interesting thing to see how tight that linkage is.
Habit 4. Continuous learning. Successful people are always learning. Daily reading or listening to educational podcasts keeps the brain active and helps you stay one step ahead. You might say, what more do I need to learn? I already know what I need for my life. But successful people are always searching for new knowledge. Learning just a little bit every day is like adding a piece to the puzzle of success. Books, podcasts, educational videos, whatever it is, it keeps your brain sharp and engaged.
As far as the brain goes, it's no cliche. It's biology. You are allowing your mind to go into a stupor. People start to age mentally. They settle in the ruts, resist new technologies, cease to read, and retire from inquiry into silence. But here's the reality. The brain does not desire retirement. If you aren't learning, your brain will shrink. Neurons disconnect. Mental sharpness fades. People who stop giving their brains a reason to develop often experience a condition known as neurodegeneration. Think about it. What is something new that you learned recently that excited you? Something that puzzled you a bit, perhaps even annoyed you, but reminded you that you're alive. Education does not need to be cerebral. It might be learning a new dance, playing an instrument, watching a thought-provoking documentary, or making something different from what you've cooked in the past 20 years. Those mini challenges activate parts of the mind that help maintain emotional and intellectual youth.
So, success isn't just about talent. It's about small daily habits that change your life. You can start building these habits today and become the best version of yourself. Start now and become the superhero of your own life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell us in the comments which habit you already have or plan to start.